So, yesterday for my birthday, I chose to not answer any texts or calls. Personal self-care. I'm gonna elaborate on that first before I go deeper into my follow-up. I feel as though there are some people that's gonna take it personal, but it's like WDIC. At the end of the day, that was something I had to do for my own health. Having a birthday near the holidays has always made, with my birthday always being near the holidays, I used to go to North Carolina for Thanksgiving. So my mom could be with her grandma, we could be around family. So my mom and myself could be with my grandma, her mom. Wow, that fucked me up way more than it should have. But I used to go to North Carolina. We'd be at my grandma's house. Everybody come through my grandma's house or whatever. I would always be in the playroom. So it's like people would stop in to say happy birthday, but most of the time they say happy Thanksgiving first. And trust, it's not like, oh, you better celebrate. It's just like I started to realize they were not around for my birthday, nor did they even care because they just wanted food. Let me tell you how I realized it. When my birthday was not as close to Thanksgiving, less birthday comments were given. And then when we stopped going down their period because my grandma passed away. So I'm very used to this facade of caring, in my opinion. And I only say a facade of caring because that's what birthdays, in my opinion, were for you to just show how much you care about someone. But my experience was never really special because I always felt like I was sharing my birthday with Thanksgiving. Because regardless of whether or not it's right there, at the end of the day, that's the Thanksgiving season. So it's like right after Thanksgiving. To add, I don't know if it's to add injury to whatever, I don't know, but I had a cousin whose birthday was very close to mine. Therefore, my mom used to always I'm itching, this must be deep. So my mom always would throw our birthdays together, but that meant either it was a little bit after mine or it was on hers because hers was after mine. But what that meant was Tasia waits. Again, Tasia is not special. Fast forward now as an adult, there's several different layers I can pull out, but fast forward to now as an adult where I'm learning to feel worthy and to make myself acknowledge my specialty and my amazingness. So I concluded that the best thing I could do for myself on my birthday was be inaccessible, because the issue is I'm overwhelmed when I'm bombarded by all these birthday comments. I'm overwhelmed and I feel bombarded because 364 days out of the year, I don't get any of that attention. But then on this one day, I'm reminded how many people I know I've affected, and yet, and I know some people will hear this and be like, oh my God, just appreciate it, be grateful. But no, I find ways to make people feel amazing and special randomly. Every chance I get, and I would really appreciate it if people didn't wait for one day to reciprocate that for me. And to be truthfully honest, the way that was set up, I kind of think I want to keep doing that. Because then I think it makes you have to remember, appreciate Tasia when it's not her birthday, And that makes me feel really special. So that went deeper than I thought it would, but fast forward, one of my coworkers made me a cake and bought me a card, and she let my 9th graders sign it. And it's I love my 9th graders to death. They are going to advocate so well as adults. So now I have that card as a reminder, which makes me happy. I love keeping the words from them, but I also shared my cake with them. I didn't need to bring it home anyway, so I shared my cake, and it was Miss, did you even get some? And it's I didn't even really care if I got any. It makes me happy to make them feel special, but because I only share my cake with them. And it's again, trying to make other people feel special because I never felt such. Yeah. And that cake was bomb and shit, by the way, but I was I feel as though what better way to come back from the break when you don't want to do any work by knowing at the end of the day you can eat some cake, It was good. Then I also realized, Tasia, you're selling yourself short. I know you've been shopping for yourself and treating yourself, but what else can you do for yourself? I ain't go to fuck the class, I tell you that. You're slow. I did my project last week, and I purposely asked them, could we go first? I forgot. I wasn't supposed to go to class today. But look at me trying to be on my shit. Nope. Who went to class today? I got 3 weeks of classes left. Three weeks including this one left. I think I got like 2 months of my teaching career left. So let me give y'all this update, because even though I keep having meetings about what I'm doing wrong, I'm finding out that, you know, through the little, what is it called, the birdies, through the bush, I don't know. Also, just want to point out, I have updated my calendar. It is now ready for November and December. It took only about 2-3 months, but, you know, progress. I heard that during some of the meetings where they talk to the students specifically to ask them what they need, they like, if there's anybody that you could go to do your work, where would you go? Miss Simmons. Is there any teachers that, you know, like you get along with? Miss Simmons. Oh. And then they asked, I love Miss Coleman. They asked, she was like, so what is Miss Simmons doing that like the other teachers aren't doing? And she said, Miss Simmons is doing what we all need to do. She's getting healthy. She's in therapy every week. So there's this lady that's like, I just want to meet her, so I'll probably be meeting her soon. But people just been trying me, and it's like I'm trying my best to, you know, retort Claire Huxtable style, but motherfuckers like really be playing with your intelligence, you know? See, my biggest issue is, again, I don't resort to violence, because when I'm talking, other personalities come up. I have no idea if my hands have different personalities. So, now I'm not going to fight anybody on the job, right? Like, that's not the goal ever. But this lady keeps trying me, and I'm just like, I gotta start doing like inner Claire Huxtable. So the first time she tried me, when I like tried to advocate for my 9th graders, and I found out they'd be better off advocating for themselves because you won't keep having meetings. She tried to tell me that I should have had a conversation with them before so they didn't get in trouble. So I let her go on and on, but then when she tried to like blame me for us getting kicked out, I had to tell her, first of all, your class is the reason why we kicked out, and you keep talking about this conversation you had with them, and yet they still acted a fool. So please let me know what the conversation did, because from my eyes looking at your class, it did nothing. Therefore, why waste that time? Mind you, her class that was crazy still got to go back because they was on a different floor than me, but that's beyond. So today her bitch ass walked in. I am going to call her a bitch now. Therefore, these words never have to leave my mouth in the workplace. Her bitch ass walked in my room and asked me not to do circles with the children. She don't want me to do circles with them because they have to learn afterwards. Circles stop you from learning? Or dealing with your shit stops you from learning? I'm gonna say yeah, because they're crying. You ever thought that they're always feeling like that? It's just for once you can't ignore it because you see it? Well, you know, like at my job as a teacher is for them to learn. Okay, that's your job. Why the fuck you worry about mine? Maybe if you don't talk about certain things, or maybe just having a therapist present. First thing is, I'm gonna let them children talk about whatever the fuck they need to talk about so they can be productive in their livelihoods. And I say livelihoods because school ain't it. As well as therapists. These therapists don't have enough fucking time. We got 20% of the population going to therapists, and then like they get like what, a 30-minute, 45-minute block. I get 2 hours per week. 2 hours. Mind you, that means 80% of the population not being seen. As well as, I want to say about like 90% of them have trust issues already. If they talking, let them talk, yo. She told me that when she said, my job as a teacher is the blah, blah, blah. So I said, that's your job. It's not mine. So I feel as though it's a part of my job to make sure these students are good mentally healthy. I feel as though I told her in the nicest way possible, I ain't gonna stop. I ain't. And we can agree to disagree, because what you do and what I do ain't gotta be the same. Live your life, and I'll live mine. Thank you. I wish like a 9 to 5 was real life easier for me. Like I wish that I could just leave my work at home. Like I wish teaching was just that for me, you know? It's always been deeper. Like I talk to people and they be like, oh, you're sensitive, you're emotional. You don't even know like how strong you have to be sensitive. Because when I say everything affects me, rephrase. As a sensitive person, I feel everything. The strength in me and the wisdom is allowing me to not always let it, alright. I'm a sensitive person, so I feel everything. But my wisdom and my strength allows me not to let everything interfere with my own energy. Wisdom is teaching me to see the energies, but dodge them bitches if need be. Or not even dodge, but just understand, like, if I catch it, it's interfere with me. But I can let it just bounce off.